Good. Sal, you ready?
Okay.
Good evening. Welcome to the special meeting, February 1st. This is the fourth meeting of the year. We are going to be going to, there is no closed session. Alyssa, can you please read the statement of notice?
In compliance with Chapter 231 of Public Law of 1975, notice of this special meeting was given by way of a special meeting notice filed with the Borough Clerk, the Home News Tribune, on January 15, 2024, and posted to the Borough website, the Criminal Justice Building at 61 Main Street, South River, and posted on the bulletin board in the Borough's South River Municipal Building.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Gindi?
Here.
Councilwoman Ballas?
Here.
Councilman Siula?
Here.
Councilman DeZemian?
Here.
Councilman Gerchensky?
Here.
Councilman Krenzel? Council President Oliveira.
Here.
Please rise for the salute. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Moment of silence. Thank you. Be seated. We are going to have a presentation today. It's going to be conducted by Council President Jason Oliveira. Alyssa, can you please read the header?
It's going to be the presentation for Grakowski Park Completely Inclusive Playground Green Acres Program Jake's Law Playground Grant Application.
Jason.
Good evening, everyone. So I finally get to combine my real life job with my council job, so I'm really excited about this. So to make everyone's life a little bit easier, for those of you watching on TV, we have created a PowerPoint that we will be going over. We will be sure to put this on the website for you to be able to follow on as you are hopefully watching on TV 35. So what this meeting's about is South River, with the help of Don McDonald, we applied for a grant which is known as Jake's Law Playground Grant Application. In today's presentation, we're going to introduce Jake's Law. We're going to discuss the location of where this will go. We're going to show everyone the concept plan. We're going to discuss the impact analysis and mitigation measures that were taken. And most importantly, we're going to open up to public comment to get some feedback from our residents. So to start off, I've been talking about this now for 2.5, 3 weeks. I think we had our first public forum, if I'm not mistaken, right before the holidays. And one of the questions that, we are continuously asked is, what is Jake's Law? So Jake's Law incentivizes counties and municipalities to build inclusive playgrounds for children and adults with disabilities. This is a very unique opportunity for us. In the past, Jake's Law was only open to at the county level for county parks. And recently it was open, this year it was open up to municipalities. The state is really pushing, for all the boroughs and towns to apply. So there's no reason why we shouldn't have submitted an application, and that's exactly what we're doing. The term Jake's Law refers to Jake's Place, which is a playground in Cherry Hill, which was created in honor of Jacob Cummings Nosto, who passed away due to complications of heart surgery at the age of 2.5. So on page 4 of the PowerPoint, I wanted to include of what Jake's Place looks like. This is an all-inclusive playground equipment in Cherry Hill, all-inclusive playground in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, that was opened on behalf of Jake. For South River, when we looked at multiple locations, we scouted, we were able to see what park didn't work, what worked. We decided on Grakowski Park. And unfortunately, for the residents that are here, Bruce, do you have your maps? So yeah, if you want to just grab that. You're going to see on page 5 of the PowerPoint, there was a CME survey done of Edward Grakowski Park. And in the lower right corner by the concession stand, you're going to see a box with an X on it, and that is where the park will be located. When we had CME do this work, multiple factors were taken into place. We wanted to make sure the riparian zones, the buffers, all that stuff was in compliance, and I'm going to get to that in a little bit. But on page 6, we have our concept plan of what our park is going to look like. what I'm really excited, we really are targeting multiple disabilities with the playground equipment that we chose. Not only do we have wheelchair accessible equipment, we also have sensory items. We also have a vision board for children or adults that aren't able to speak. They're able to point at certain items. But most importantly, it's a park for our children to be able to come and really just enjoy themselves. And it's going to be inclusive, and it's not going to limit someone that is disabled from participating. So if you guys recall, it's been 3 years, Peter? I first talked about an all-inclusive playground. My wife is a teacher with students with disabilities. We really don't have one in town. So this has really been a dream come true, not only for myself, but the Rec Advisory Board. They provided a lot of input on this, and we're really excited to bring this to life. On page 7 of our PowerPoint, we have another view of some of the equipment that will be there. Ben Schaefer Recreation has provided renderings for us. Again, for those of you that are here, I apologize, it's not the best renderings in a PowerPoint, but for those of you watching online, please visit the Borough website because this will be placed on the Borough website. Now, page 8 is another rendering from a different view. Now we get to the impact analysis. So in order to be eligible for this grant, multiple things had to be done. First, we had to work with our shade tree team. I know there's some of you guys in audience. Thank you guys for attendance. We had to work with our borough engineer to do an environmental impact assessment. And here is an impact analysis. So potential impact to trees in project area. Where the playground will be going in, there is one tree. The committee has put in an application to take the tree down, and it has been approved by our shade tree team. But in lieu of the tree that's coming down, the borough will be replacing the tree with additional trees, and we'll be working with our shade tree team to do exactly that. New Jersey DEP regulated activities and permits. We will need a riparian zone permit, freshwater wetland transition permit. There is no sea level rise impact, and short-term limited use of parking during construction. Of course, as they're building the playground, they're going to have to take some spots away. It will impact that area. And most importantly, it's going to, once the project's complete, this is a great impact. It's going to increase the use of the facility. So, we are going to suffer a little bit through construction, but at the completion of the project, we will be able to have a facility that is being used by multiple children and adults. Now, in addition to the impact analysis, what mitigation measures were taken? So first, we wanted to pick a site that minimizes the impact of trees. As I mentioned, we will only have one tree removed at this site. In addition, freshwater and riparian zone disturbance is very limited. So for someone that is uneducated in the environmental aspect, I had to figure out what a riparian zone was. So for the residents watching, I know some, you guys of course know probably what it is. A riparian zone or areas are lands that occur along the edge of rivers, streams, lakes, and other water bodies. Examples include stream banks, river banks, and floodplains. They're different from the surrounding uplands because their soils and vegetation are shaped by the presence of water. Bruce, did I get that right?
Wonderful.
Oh, I get an A+. I'm really excited. So, we really wanted to make sure we're not impacting the environment, especially with us having the lake there and that being a high area. In addition, we wanted to make sure that the freshwater, there was limited freshwater disturbance limited. And we can refer again to page 5 on the PowerPoint and bring back the map from CME. There is a 50-foot transition area, Bruce.
Yes.
Had to Google that one too. So you can see on the map, and again, I apologize. We are in the buffer, if I'm not mistaken, but being that there's an existing playground equipment, you can do a template for template. Good so far?
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep rocking.
So, we are able to do it there as well. So again, we're really excited about this. This is something that we're pushing for. This grant covers 75% of the total cost of the playground equipment, and the borough will be submitting an AARP grant for the remaining 25%. So we're trying to get money. Total cost of this project, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. CFO, is a little over $659,000. So as you can see, the equipment is not cheap. This is going to be done well. It's going to be done right. And most importantly, it's going to have a great use for the children and the adults to have a great time. Now, one of the things that was brought up at the Rec Advisory Board when we discussed this matter is, will we be locking the facility? A number of towns that have playground equipment for disability, some towns do lock it. We will not be locking this facility. This will be an open space. I believe Tom's River, if I'm not mistaken, there's a code that's required to get in. We are not doing that. It is open space. There will be a fence around the back end and the side that's going to help parents, of course, with children potentially running off. But this will be an open space and open to everyone in the borough. So again, thank you, Dawn. I can't speak highly of the work that Dawn's done. She has put this together, has really been the backbone of this grant, getting her information, making sure that everything is done in time, making sure we have our public meetings, we have our focus groups. Dawn has really, I really want to highlight the work that you've done with this because it's not easy. The application process has been super lengthy. It has been super time consuming. And I feel like the last 2.5, 3 weeks, we have been consumed with grants. On my lunch break, I've been doing PowerPoints, learning about riparian zones and all that good stuff. But really, this is a testament to your hard work. And I feel confident. Well, I always feel confident, but hopefully we get this grant because it will improve South River. It's going to improve the quality of life for our children. And most importantly, our children with disabilities will have a home where they can also participate. We do realize that right now there is a lack of playground equipment. We do have some in town, but man, this will be a game changer for us, and we're really excited about that. So Dawn, once again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm sure Mayor and Council feel the same way. We cannot thank you enough for all the work you've done. Bruce, I know we've been a pain trying to get information. I just really want to thank CME as well for all the hard work that they've done with this. It's been it hasn't been easy. And not only are we competing against other boroughs in the state, Lenape Park in East Brunswick, which is 1.2 miles away from South River, has applied for the same grant. So we want to be competitive. We want to win this grant, and we want to bring this to South River. So with that, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to request that we open this up for public comment in order to hear from our residents.
Absolutely. First of all, great presentation, Jason. Awesome lecture on what you
13
defined,
minutes, guys.
what you defined as Jake's Law.
Sorry.
I am opening up to the public. You have 10 minutes. Please state your name and your address.
Hi, I'm Dorianne Kerber, 24 Riva Avenue, Borough of Milltown. It just so happens we beat you. It's not as a large playground area. It was done with the Parkview Elementary School. They did all the fundraising for it. They did all the application for grants. That was before it was open to the school district. And they had a committee, particularly of parents that had special needs. It was a combination of all kind of parents. And they were very successful. They have the original playground, and then over to the other area to the right of the parking lot is their inclusive playground. Does it include? I'm sure it does. If you update things, it usually has Braille too. Does it have Braille writing on it?
Yes. The board. Yes.
Anything,
yep.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a great opportunity. People were so happy to do it, and I think this is a wonderful idea to really go ahead and be like a part of the other towns that are inclusive on playground equipment. Edison did theirs last year. Theirs is really big and huge. I forget what park it was. But
David Crabiel in Milltown they're currently
in
installing
North
it.
Brunswick, correct.
Yes. Yep.
Right. So it's growing, and a lot of towns have done it, especially out of state. So it's finally New Jersey's getting their act together. So I appreciate the time to talk, and I'm so happy to see this happen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anybody else from the public?
Hi, Sherry Garrettson, 153 Cam Avenue. First, thumbs up for going for the grants. I'm so proud of y'all. And Dawn, is that you? Thank you. And that you're doing environmental assessments. So crucial. I have a couple questions just as a resident, and maybe some of my fellow residents would have the same questions, just because I sincerely don't know. How many kids in South River specifically have disabilities and would benefit from this park?
That's actually a great question, because that's something the Rec Advisory Board asked. That's something we were going to ask at work with the school board to try to get a number of students that this would actually impact. But based off of what we got, it's going to impact quite a bit of students. We just don't know exactly how many.
Okay.
So, oh, do you? Oh, even better.
There's a study linked to the grant application where you can look those figures up, available from Rutgers. And according to that site, have 1,812 with disabilities, and 157 of them are under 18.
Wow, just wasn't
Thank you,
aware.
Dawn.
According to the census, they got
Yep.
their numbers.
Okay, good to hear. Just curious, will this also be a fun place for kids without disabilities? Is it
Yep.
inclusive that way too?
It's going to be open for everyone.
Okay, great. The one thing, I just started looking at stuff this afternoon. I really hadn't been that aware of this before. The ADA surface, is this the most environmentally friendly ADA surface that we can get? What is the impact on that? Are we going to have to replace it every few years? From what I understand, it's either rubber over a wooden chips or wooden substructure, or it's PIP poured in place, right? So I'd love to hear that addressed. I'm always concerned, and ad nauseum we'll be asking, do we need to make more non-permeable surfaces in South River? So I'd love to hear your.
It's the same surface if you go to.
Is that what's in Fitzpatrick Park on the basketball area?
Next to the basketball court.
Okay, and I guess that could.
That's part of the park too.
Okay, so we are looking for these.
Yeah,
It lasts a long time.
And
yeah,
these
and I'm sorry to
permeable-
cut you off, Joe. That is why we are on back order for all of our stuff. So part of this, and to get a little bit off topic, we're redoing Daly's Pond Park. We've had the playground equipment in for now since June, July. The issue we're facing is the environmental front, the PIP is on back order, and we are put on a list to do that. Speaking to our Ben Schaefer representatives that have helped us logistically think about what to put in the park and what to do. We wanted to make sure we picked a flooring that was, friendly for wheelchairs, and make sure that, whether children or adults in wheelchairs had accessibility to the park, but most importantly, we're able to roam around freely. So part of this there will be a sidewalk, installed to have access to the playground equipment as well, and make sure everything is ADA compliant, and make sure we're going to add additional handicap parking spaces, of course, because of this.
Mm-hmm.
But most importantly, one thing that I didn't bring up, we're looking at doing a quiet zone for children with autism in a gazebo that is part of this as well. So again, I'm excited about this. Something I'm very passionate about. We are passionate about, but it's really, we're reaching for the stars, and that's what we're hopefully going to get. So
That's wonderful. And it sounds like you're doing your due diligence and thinking down the line, will this
Yes.
still be good in 10 years,
Richard keeps
20
us on our
years?
toes. Just know that.
That's his job. Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If I could add, the gazebo also is there for not only shading, which is a requirement of the
Oh,
grant.
let me get you the check. check. Sal, could you turn on the mic?
The gazebo is also not only for shading, but it's also for a quiet area for children who need to escape. Maybe they're very excited at the playground, they need a few seconds to regroup and calm down. That's what the quiet area is for in the gazebo area. It is one of the requirements of the grant, along with 20% shading of the facility.
Thank you.
Anyone else from the public? First call, second call, third call.
Make a motion to close public?
Motion.
Oh, he's coming.
He's coming?
Yeah. Thank you, Sal.
Salvatore Cuccio, 104 Woodbridge Turnpike. I really think this would be a positive for the town, allowing children with disabled, blind people, and everything to come into town and don't feel unexclusive that this town doesn't have anything for them. So it's a big plus.
Thank you.
Thank you. Motion to close was by Councilman Ciola, second by Councilwoman Ballas. All in favor?
Aye.
Alyssa, consent resolutions, please.
Whereas Resolution 2024-01 authorizes the Borough Council to utilize a consent agenda to adopt various resolutions of a routine and non-controversial nature at one time. Now therefore be it and is hereby resolved that the below listed resolutions are hereby adopted by the Borough Council in whole, as if the same were individually acted upon. Consent Resolutions 2024-83 to 2024-84. 83, Resolution approving the Recreation and Open Space Inventory. 84, Resolution approving submission of a grant application to the NJDEP Green Acres Program for the construction of a completely inclusive playground at Grogowski Park.
What is your motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Ballas, seconded by Council President Olivera.
Councilwoman Ballas?
Yes.
Councilman Ciula?
Yes.
Councilman DeZemian?
Yes.
Councilman Gertenski?
Yes.
Council President Olivera?
Yes.
We're going to go into governing body comments. Council Ciola.
I just look forward to this grant and the playground, and for the kids, anything for the kids is a plus. That's it.
Councilwoman Ballas.
I agree, and thank you, Jason, and everyone that worked on this. It will be a very important part of the town, so thank you all so much.
Councilman DeZemian.
Yes, great presentation, great job to everyone involved, and it's going to be great for the town.
Councilman Krasinski.
Thank you. Like I said, it is a great presentation. It's going to make a lot of people aware of some of the needs that the children are going to need and everything like that too. And it'll show a little bit of the compassion that we have towards some of the people that are a little bit challenged. Thank you.
Council President.
No, just thank you again. Sorry you guys had to listen to me speak for 15 minutes, but like I said, this is something I'm very passionate about, and I know as a mayor and council, something we discussed, and I'm just really excited for this. For the committee that's hopefully going to decide, I will be heartbroken if you don't pick us, so don't break my heart, please. But again, thank you again to Dawn for everything. And this is a positive step, and even, I'm going to be positive. We're going to get the grant, and this is just going to be the first of many for us to continue to partner with our Shade Tree team and make sure that not only are we improving our parks, but we're going to have something for our children and adults with disabilities, have a home for them as well. So thank you to the mayor for allowing us to do this, and I will pass it over to you.
Thank you. Dawn, great job with the grant. I know there's more grants to come, but this is a very, very important grant, considering that we believe that the kids are our future, especially in this town. Jason, excellent again on the presentation. I know that in your conversation, you said something about the Board of Education. I'm assuming they're going to be involved.
No. So I was going to say about the numbers of children in town with disabilities, but Dawn was able to pull that from the Census Bureau.
Okay.
So I misspoke. I didn't misspeak, but I didn't have the information that Dawn had.
Okay.
But now that we have that, we still want to reach out to the Board of Ed as our partners to make sure we're able to
Yeah,
actively.
we want to get them involved with
Yeah.
what we're doing with the kids.
Yep.
Great presentation once again. This grant is a great thing for the kids of this town. I look forward to it. I'm hoping that we get it. We need it. So keep our fingers crossed. Thank you, everyone, for coming out to this special meeting. Do I have an adjournment?
Motion to adjourn?
A motion by President Olvera. And
Second.
Council, I like that, right?
Created.
Councilman DeZemian. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.